Canon and Reuters partner to combat fake news photos. Here's how. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of focus and misty morning combination. It's so good, so good. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a photo tech day. This is going to be an interesting one. I've been talking about this for the better part of 2 years. Back in, I think it was March of 2021, I did a video that talked about, can you figure out what is real and what is fake? Can you tell the difference? And we were talking about deep fakes at that time. And then in 2022, I think it was August, right around that time, I did another video that I talked about Sony trying to fight fake news by coming up with some type of cryptographic signature for their system. And that was something I thought was really big because it needed to be done. It's very hard to figure out images that have been manipulated and figure out which images are literally not even photos that are now generative AI. They're getting that good. So I said there needs to be something baked in to the photograph, just like what we see with metadata that's baked in at the time of capture. Matter of fact, I've told all of you guys in past videos, one of the 1,000 plus videos that I've done on this channel, about how to set up a brand new camera. And I teach you all of the things to go through. And one of the things is to put in your copyright information, your watermark. So you can go into the menu system of your brand new camera and then go into, let's say, your copyright, and then put in there, for mine would be like JCristina, it would have the date, and then it would have my information on how to get in contact with me. Why do I do that? The reason being is whenever I take a photograph, the raw image has imprinted on it that copyright information. I don't have to do it after the fact. At the time of capture, it automatically is copyrighted to me. So if an image gets out there in the wild, it doesn't turn into some type of orphan work, and then anyone can use it in the public domain. We don't want that to happen. Anyways, this is kind of something sort of like that, but even deeper. And I want to get into this article. It was actually a release, a news piece that came out of Tokyo. I want to read this to you, and then I want to give you my commentary on it. But then I also want to talk to you about the other problems with the possibility of combating these fake type of photographs. And even though they're not fake, there are ways around this system also, and they're just inherent to a photojournalist. And I'm going to get into that before the end of this video. Now, before we get into this article or into this news piece, I want to say that if you haven't downloaded any of my ebooks as of yet, why the hell not? Go pick them up. They're free. Go to JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. Also, if you get anything out of this video, if you find any value, throw it a thumbs up. That'd be very helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you are already subscribed, click this little button over here so when I go live and when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And if you just want to say thank you for all of my hard work, there's a little thank you button down here. You could click that, give $1 or $2. If not, that's fine too. Consider becoming a member of the channel. That would be even better. And finally, if you're looking for a VPN or if you need a static IP address or do port forwarding, check out PureVPN. They gave us a promo code, which is JCristina. That's going to give you an extra 15% off. And if you use the link down below in the pinned comment as well as the description, which is JCristina.com/VPN, once again, JCristina.com/VPN, you're going to get even a larger discount plus that 15%. So go and check them out. Anyways, let's get over to Tokyo. This release came out last night. Thomson Reuters, a global content and technology company, Canon, a world-leading provider of imaging and information technology solutions, and Starling Labs, not Starlink, Starling Labs, an academic research lab based in Stanford and USC, creating the latest cryptographic methods and decentralized web protocols, announced today the completion of a pilot program demonstrating how news organizations could certify the authenticity of an image and ease concerns about content's legitimacy. This is massive, guys. This is really big. Like I said, I was talking about this a couple of years ago, and it seems to finally be happening. In collaboration with Canon, global news organization Reuters proved its ability to embed trust into a photograph from its source by preserving a picture's data provenance chain of integrity, the image's metadata from the point of capture to publication. Reuters also successfully integrated Starling Lab's authentication framework into its picture desk workflow. One of the first practical news gathering applications of the technology, this pilot comes at a time when consumers are increasingly worried about their ability to distinguish between real and fake news on the internet, and recent advancements in generative AI technology, which are making it easier for anyone to create visuals to deceive or misinform viewers. 100% the case. Reuters said, quote, "Trust in news is critical. However, recent technology advancements in image generation and manipulation are causing more people to question what is real and what is not." Reuters continues to explore new technologies to guarantee that the content we deliver to the world is factual and trusted. Our collaboration with Canon demonstrates the potential for new technology in image verification to increase consumers' confidence in what they see is genuine. We look forward to sharing the encouraging findings from the project with our customers and applying them to protect our photojournalism. We aim to remain one of the most trusted global news sources. The pilot project saw Reuters photojournalist Violet Santos Mora capture pictures using a prototype Canon camera that digitally assigns each photograph and its corresponding time, date, and location with a unique identifier, hash value, and then cryptographically sign them to establish a root of trust for their authenticity. The photos are then registered into a public blockchain and updated after each modification by the Reuters picture desk. This process continues until the photo is distributed with its metadata, edit history, and blockchain registration embedded in the photograph using the new C2PA standard. To verify the picture's authenticity, news customers can compare its unique identifier, hash value, on the public ledger. Canon said, quote, "Many photojournalists rely on Canon technology. We understand the role that images play in society and recognize the importance of preserving image authenticity. Working as a part of the Content Authenticity Initiative, or the CAI, Canon wants to take meaningful measures to protect image outputs that serve the news community worldwide." Now, I think this is awesome. And like I said before, this is something that has been a necessity for many, many years. But that's really not all of the story here. Because even though we know that the image is captured at this time and when it is displayed, it has not been modified or the modifications are known. That's fantastic. But there is such thing of blurring lines and obfuscation and just simply capturing things the way the photographer wants to capture it. What do I mean by that? Just simply making the decision of the lens focal length that you're going to use when capturing an image can dramatically make a difference in the mood, in the feeling, in the context of the scene, the location, or even the event that was taking place, just simply by changing the focal length. Now, how does this work? Well, basically, you have a telephoto, a standard, and a wide-angle lens. And making that decision is what really makes the difference in the content, in the context, in the story of the image, or even in the video. So let me just show you a couple of images. I just went out to Google. I just downloaded a couple of images. Some of them are like AI-based images, of course, like everything today. And then others are actually real images. I want to show you the difference between choosing a telephoto lens in comparison to a standard or a wide-angle lens for the exact same image, and the difference of the mood and feel in the context that the image provides. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. So the first image here is of this little girl. She doesn't look too happy. I love the lighting. I love the way this looks. I think it is a really powerful picture, really beautiful image. But this is a telephoto or a portrait of her. Now, if we back up using a standard or wide angle lens, now all of a sudden things have changed. All of a sudden, from just being a girl that doesn't look too happy, now all of a sudden there's context. We know what is going on here now based on the background. So by using that wide angle lens, there is a big difference between the two images. Let's go into another one here. Look at this one. We have this really cute girl. She's got like mud or some kind of dirt on her face. She looks like she just came out of the park or something, and her dad is picking her up. That's great. That is like a portrait. We're zoomed in here. Now, if we back up, now look at what we see. Now, all of a sudden, this isn't a girl that was like at the park and daddy just picked him up. This is probably not her daddy. It is probably a ranger or some type of army person that has rescued this girl out of maybe a war-torn environment. Things have completely changed based on the photograph, based on the focal length of the lens that the photographer used to capture it. Let's look at another one. Very similar. Look at this. The little girl is looking possibly up at daddy. She's very happy. That's great. Once again, when we back up, now all of a sudden, most likely it's not daddy. It's probably a U.S. troop of some kind that have rescued her in this bomb-stricken location. You can see the debris in the background. It just looks like hell on earth, but they're both very happy. And obviously, it seems at least that he has rescued her. Once again, a big difference between the two images. Let's look at one more. I love this. This is the cutest thing. I think this is an AI generated image, but this is just awesome. This is just cute. So you see this little teddy bear and he's like looking over the little boy's shoulder, right? Looking out in the distance. And it's really super cute in my personal opinion. But when we back up using once again a wider angle lens, now we see the true context of what's going on here. The disparity, the little kid by himself in this war-stricken or just simply demolished city. Right? Now, all of a sudden, we feel despair. We feel something that is not what we originally felt by the original image. Now, there's something that I have known since the very beginning. When I went to school for video production and photography back in the day at the Art Institute, and this was way back in the 80s, and I always knew this to be the case. And it's just simply this. Photojournalism is something that is taught, but photojournalism is also something that is felt. If a photographer feels a certain way about an event, a location, or a topic that they are covering, their inherent bias will manifest in his or her photographs, no matter if photo manipulation is performed or not. This is very important, and I hope you understand what I'm saying by this. This is something that I knew to be true from the very beginning. And that's why when I watch the news, I always look at the news as someone that is giving me information based on their bias, based on their take on things. Because just simply by cropping an image, all right, it just transforms the image and its mood or its feeling or its context. And that's what the news organizations were doing for many, many years. Even if the images were real, they would just crop in, they would just change things or only show a certain portion of the picture, which would just distort the meaning. And of course, the photojournalists do it internally to the camera at the time of capture also. So I've known this to be the case. Now, back in the day, when journalism was a little bit different than it is today, when news was a little bit different than it is today, when you would watch a news program, you would get the news, you wouldn't get commentary. You would get news, you wouldn't get someone's feelings, right? You would never see someone that is an anchor crying because he's upset or she's upset. You wouldn't see that. And nor you would hear any of their bias on what the topic was at hand. They would just tell you the news and then you would decide. That's no longer the case. I don't think news exists anymore. I think it's just all commentary at this point. All right? That's just my opinion. So once again, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. especially today. So I think that this is fantastic that they have this ability. They are working it in between Reuters and Canon. Chances are Sony and Nikon will do the exact same thing in the near future. I think it's fantastic. It will definitely help. I want to know what you think. Do you think that this is great? Do you think that it's okay? Do you think that it is going to help a little bit, but not really? What do you think about internal biases that photojournalists have and their lens selection and how they can distort what a scene is that they capture? What do you think? Down below, let's hear from you. Let's have this conversation. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, throw it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And don't forget, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the years. And hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.